Hey, we are going to look at some basic tools and how to use Google Slides. Your teachers use it all the time for presentations, and you too can create presentations in Google Slides. There are many ways to start a new Google Slide. You can just type in slides.new in your Omnibox, and a brand new blank slide will come up, giving you different themes, and you are ready to get started working. Another way you can get to Google Slides is going to your grid over here and finding the app called Slides. And when you open Slides this way, you'll see that there are some templates that are already there for you. And along with that, you get some list of all the Google Slides you may have already created or used. When you have a blank one to get going, you can pick a theme over here. So let's say we want to just go with a nice blue theme. Notice it changed over here as well. If you don't like it, you can pick a different one and you're ready to go. So wherever you see a text box like this, you just click and you can start typing in your title, maybe your name, right? When you're ready to add more slides, you just use the little plus sign here. And if you just click plus, you're going to get this basic template here with a title and a place to type text. But if you want to be more specific with your layout, you can click the little upside down triangle, and maybe you want to have two columns, or maybe you want to have a section title and a description that looks like this. Maybe you want another title in the middle. So whichever one you click on is the one you're going to get. So this one, you could have a title, a subtitle, and some text over here. If you don't like the order of the slides, you can rearrange them just like this by dragging and dropping. You can right click on a slide and delete it if you don't want it. All right. And you can continue adding slides as you want them. If you don't want this over here, you've already picked your theme, you could just click the X and now you have a bigger view of what you're working on. I'm sure you're familiar with Google Docs, so this is very similar to that. We'll look at some of the tools. The very first thing that's very important is to give it a name. Just like with anything with Google, it starts out untitled, and you really don't want lots of untitled things in your Google Drive. So you could call this whatever it is. So we're just going to call it practice, and now it has a name, and you'll be able to find it. This is your undo and redo button. You've got a print button. This is your paint format. So if you've got some text that you want formatted somewhere else, you can use that. You've got your zoom. This is where you can add another text box. It gives you some default text box, but if you wanted another one, you can click and draw a text box wherever you want it. This allows you to insert images, so you can upload them from your device, or you can search the web for them. Or if you have some in your Google Drive already, or a camera tool on your Chromebook, there's lots of places to get your pictures. This allows you to add some shapes or call out. So if you're doing like a little comic or something and you need a call out, you just draw it out. And then when you double click in that little call out, you get a text box. So you can type in it. This allows you to draw lines. So if you need an arrow to point to something, you can, make it a very creative um, picture that way. This is your line color. So you can change that. You could also change the line color of something like this. So if you wanted your call out to have a different color. This allows comments. We're not going to get into that too much. This could change your background. This is the layout, which is kind of the same as this. You've got your theme, and then you've got transitions. So if you're used to PowerPoint, this is where you can have your slide transitions to dissolve or fade or slide. You can apply it to all slides, or you could click on each slide and give it a different animation, and you can play it to see um, what it looks like and see if you like it or not. All right, so those are your main tools over here. This has a lot more when you click up here. When you go to File, this is again very much like Google Docs or anything else Google. This is where you get your print. You could move it to trash. You could see different version histories if you're working with a partner and you want to go back and see some different version histories, you can do that. If you've got one that you really like and you want to copy it to just tweak it a little bit different, you can copy it. Edit allows your undo and redo. You can view is a way to present as well as presenting over here. Insert allows you to insert all those things that I showed you up here, plus a few more things. You can insert tables if you wanted. You can insert word art if you want. You can insert a video. Format is so if you had some text, format is what allows you to format your text. Um, Slide does the same thing as what I did with the right click over here. You can duplicate a slide or delete it. You can change the background to just one slide. Um, Arrange is if you have multiple things on the page and you wanted one thing to be behind another thing. So for example, if I wanted that arrow behind here, I could go to Arrange, Order, Send to Back, and now my arrow is behind my text box or my call out. Um, Tools, if you want to type some speaker notes, this doesn't have where you can speak to text like a Google Doc in the presentation, but you can voice type speaker notes. So if you're going to be recording your presentation and you want some speaker notes down here, you could do that. Um, some of the other formatting things, if you're on a text box, you can see you can change your font style here, your text size. And whenever you see three dots in Google, you want to click on it because those three dots mean there's something else there. So if I'm here and I see these three dots, I have all kinds of formatting tools. I could add a link by just highlighting this text and inserting a link. So if I wanted this to go to MCPS's homepage, and then I would click apply, and now it's turned it into a link. All right. This is also where you can align your text and add bullets and increase your indent. So there's lots of options when you click on your text box. All your text tools come up, and remember to click on those three dots to see more. All right, when you're ready to present, you want to just click present, and now your presentation would come up. Um, there's your first slide. You could play through or you could work your way through here. You can also jump through your slides here. And when you're finished, you just click exit and you're back to your working screen. And again, if there's something over here you don't want, you can just click that X so you can see what it is. And just like with anything Google, if you want to share something to work collaboratively with somebody, you just click share and you put in their email address and they can be editors with you. Or you could copy the link if you wanted to have someone just see your presentation. But if you are working with someone, if I wanted to share this with somebody I work with, I could put their name on here and choose if I want them to just view it, comment on it, or if I really want them to edit it with me, I need to make them an editor. Then I can type them a message and send it, and they would then be able to work on this with me. I hope that has helped as you work your way through Google Slides and create some awesome presentations.